Heart exposed. Let's talk about it. I know a lot of you have seen things circulating online, particularly on Twitter, and you may be concerned and you may want to know what's actually happening here. Is he a scammer? Is he not a scammer? Well, let's talk about it. I'm going to reveal the truth and nothing but the truth in this video. But let's be clear. Because you don't like someone, maybe you don't like the way he conducts himself online, maybe you see him as too flamboyant, etc. This isn't a reason, or this doesn't give you the right to label someone a scammer or anything like this, or basically try to ruin their reputation because you don't like them. I mean, this is unfair, and obviously that doesn't stand up in a court of law, right? So that's the first thing. A lot of people need to understand that. So when you see a lot of things circulating online, and it's to do with him carrying Louis and Louis Vuitton and Gucci and all this kind of stuff, and they say, look, he's a scammer because he has bags of designer clothing, he's spending lavishly, etc. This means he's a scammer. I mean, this isn't the case. Now, of course, many people are going to say straight away, well, what about his case that's ongoing with the SEC? Now, yes, this is a case that is ongoing. This is a case that we will hopefully see the decision, what happens over the long term. But that is obviously going to be a long term. He's currently fighting that with his legal team. Now, again, do we label XRP? We know that they went under scrutiny with the SEC. Coinbase also fighting a legal battle with the SEC. So again, do we just label anybody that has battles with the SEC scammers and all this kind of stuff? Obviously not. I can give you a ton of examples where, again, this wouldn't make sense. So let's get to the bottom of it now, right? So let's talk about PulseChain. So PulseChain currently, again, when the SEC announced that they were obviously charging Richard Heart, this sent a massive sell-off in the market. And at this point, this is when essentially people came out of the woodworks and said, there you go, there's proof. It was all a rug pull. It was all, dubious to begin with. It was a scam. He stole billions of dollars from investors, and this is the proof now. And again, many people were concerned. And one thing I will say with rug pulls, once price goes up, typically it will just go down and it will stay down, never to return. But what happened? Price started to bounce back, and now price is actually doing very, very well, up over 100+ percentage points for the year. And even with the pullback, price is now down 60% from its all-time highs, and that is outperforming many cryptocurrencies in the market at the moment. Now, I know what you're thinking, well, what about Hex? Let's talk about Hex. So Hex, as it stands, and again, I'm not defending anyone, so this isn't me coming to anybody's defense. I'm just laying out the framework. Let's talk about it. Let's discuss it. We'll be happy to discuss further in the comment section. Again, I would like to hear all your opinions. It's going to be very interesting. Again, I'm not on anybody's side. I'm not being biased. I have no skin in the game. Yes, I did, see this as a value proposition a few years ago on PulseChain, PulseX, etc. So I am, of course, a stakeholder, but I'm not biased, to be honest with you. I've got, an extensive portfolio in the cryptocurrency space. So this is not me being biased or anything like that. So I want to make that abundantly clear. But I am a holder, just to be transparent. But let's look at Hex. So Hex, as you can see, and many of you immediately when I showed you this, I go, okay, that's all well and good. What about Hex? Good point. Hex, as you all know, is his OG projects. It's been around for over 4 years now. Achieved over 1 million %, dating to 2021, where price peaked, and then we saw a massive sell-off. Now, again, currently down 98%. And some of you are going to say, there you go, there's the evidence, rug pull. Now he's going to do it with the other projects. Well, again, if you look at the majority, over 90% of projects in the cryptocurrency space right now are all down around 90 to 98%. So this isn't unique to Hex. The most important thing is it moving in alignment with the market, right? So as you can see, we've seen peaks, we've seen values, we've seen lows, we've seen all of it, right? So price went up, price went down. Even in 2023, price rallied, then we saw a sell-off, right? Prices at a low again. We'll see what happens next. But the point here is, and overall, this project is still in profit. So if you bought this when it launched, you would still be up significantly from your entry point. So again, it doesn't stand out. You can see that this is something that we can see across the board. So are all the founders that created projects that are down 98%, are they all scammers too? You know, are they all out to get everyone, and are they stealing money? Again, we have to be fair here. If we're saying that is essentially what our our basis point is, then there was going to be a lot of quote unquote scammers out there and people that are doing dubious business. If we, look at this from your perspective, the way a lot of people are looking at this online. Now, again, going back to the new projects, you can see performing relatively well, performing in alignment with the market, etc. And we also have to look at the nature of the products. Now, I'm not going to get into that in this video. Maybe do that in a separate video. But the point here is, and the point in this video is, we have to be very careful with what we do online, how we label people, and the type of things that we say, right? Because even when price sold off, again, no, we didn't turn around. Oh, there we go. It's a scam. It's proof of a rug pull. It's proof of a scam. The issue with doing this is a lot of people that are actually scamming will get away with it because we're labeling everyone a scammer, right? So we have to be very careful. And remember, 2023 was the year of the expose, right? We saw FTX scenario. We saw, Binance and CZ. Who would have thought CZ could potentially be going to prison, right? And again, who would have thought it? There was a lot of exposing happening in 2023. Yes, that's also the year that Richard Heart was charged by the SEC as well. But there was a lot going on in 2023, right? So the question is, what happens next, right? We're going to keep a close eye on things. We're going to have a quick look at everything. But I would like to know what you guys think. What do you think? Yeah, let me know in the comment section, right? But this is just a video to just say, let's be very careful with what we say online, especially when we don't have evidence of scamming, right? If you have evidence, post it below, plaster it over the internet. But from what we're seeing online, we're not seeing any evidence really. We're just seeing, okay, he's buying loads of designer clothes, he's buying expensive items, and I don't like this, therefore he's a scammer. Let's talk about it in the comment section. Let me know what you think. It's going to be an interesting next few weeks / months for the PulseChain ecosystem. And what do you think? Tell me know. Is Richard Heart a scammer? Is he not a scammer? Let's discuss in the comment section. Until next update, seize the day.